The TV review. Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, The Body in the Library. Just the facts. The Body in the Library was the first story produced as part of the BBC series Agatha Christie's Miss Marple, which ran from 1984 to 1992 and starred Joan Hickson as the legendary elderly super sleuth. The story was produced in the format of 3 50-minute episodes broadcast from the 26th to the 28th of December 1984. The serial was produced by George Galasio, directed by Silvio Narizano and adapted by T.R. Bowen from Christie's original book. Plot. Miss Marple is called in to help when some well-to-do friends, the Banterys, wake up one morning to find the body of a complete stranger, a young girl, in their library. Guest cast. The Body in the Library has an impressive guest cast of well-known British character actors, many of whom will also be well known to Doctor Who fans. David Horowitz, who plays Inspector Slack, has appeared in many television series including The New Avengers, Drop the Dead Donkey, The Villain Casualty, and would reprise the role in 4 more stories in the Miss Marple series, The Murder at the Vicarage, 450 from Paddington, They Do It with Mirrors, and The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side. Moray Watson, who plays Colonel Bantry, is best known for his role in The Darling Buds of May in the 1990s TV series, though Doctor Who fans will recognize him as Sir Robert Muir in the 1982 Peter Davison story Black Orchid. As his wife Dolly Bantry as Gwen Watford, a BAFTA-winning actress who also appeared in films such as Cleopatra, Cry Freedom and Taste the Blood of Dracula, and who would reprise her role in The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, the final adaptation in this series in 1992. Playing Colonel Melchett is Frederick Jigger, a German-born actor familiar to Doctor Who fans for his appearances as Jannoe in the 1966 William Hartnell story The Savages, and as Professors Sorensen and Marius in the Tom Baker stories Planet of Evil and The Invisible Enemy in 1975 and 1977 respectively. Playing the Banterys' butler Larimer is Valentine Dyall, who became famous on radio as the Man in Black and is famous among Who fans as the Satan-like figure the Black Guardian in the 1979 Tom Baker story The Armageddon Factor, and 3 serials in the Peter Davison era, 1983's Mordrin Undead, Terminus and Enlightenment, which formed a trilogy revolving around the sinister character. Playing Mark Gaskell is Keith Drinkle, who appeared in many notable films and television series including A Family at War, A Bridge Too Far, Gandhi and as one of the Concorde crew in the 1982 Peter Davison Doctor Who story Time Flight. Playing Mr. Prescott is Hugh Walters, who Doctor Who fans will also recognize as Runcible in the 1976 Tom Baker story The Deadly Assassin and Vogel in the 1985 Colin Baker story Revelation of the Daleks, and who also made a brief appearance as William Shakespeare himself in the William Hartnell story The Chase in 1965. Trivia. The Body in the Library was released as part of a box set of the Joan Hickson Miss Marple adaptations in 2000, and in 2014 was released on Blu-ray, remastered in high definition to celebrate the series' 30th anniversary. As the first volume of the series, which also included A Murder is Announced, The Moving Finger and The Murder at the Vicarage. Reaction. The Body in the Library, along with the rest of this series, was a massive success both with critics and the general audience, both at home and overseas. The Times described the program as being impossible to turn off, The Sun called it a show with pulling power and real class, and the Daily Telegraph called the enterprise impeccably cast, beautifully ordered, lovingly photographed. Joan Hickson was Agatha Christie's own desired wish to play the character when she reached the appropriate age, and is often seen as the definitive portrayal of Miss Marple. What I think. I am a big fan of the Joan Hickson Miss Marple series, and would go so far as to say that it is one of my favorite television series of all time. I grew up watching the show, and have many strong memories of the likes of A Pocketful of Rye in particular, and having not seen the program for many years purchased the DVDs in the 2000s. I was not disappointed with what I found and had no hesitation in buying them all again in glorious HD on Blu-ray a couple of years ago. The Body in the Library, while not my favorite of the series, is nonetheless a very strong and assured opener, with a superb cast and a story that keeps the attention over 2.5 hours. I love this show, and I very much enjoy this first installment and can only give The Body in the Library a strong A-.